Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shitcoin Solutions, episode 4, live from the beach on Costa Rica. That's why we're doing this so late tonight. Rick's in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm in Cabana in Costa Rica. He's not happy with me, but we're still going to get this episode done for you guys. This week, we're going to talk about Chia farming, its forks, and everything that is, well, not everything, but a large portion of HDD farming, the new green style crypto mining. But first we're going to do our normal jump into the state of the market, and Rick's going to take that one.
Okay, jump in here to the state of the market address, and Bitcoin is at 47,779, up a little bit, 1.75 or 1.25 points for the day, 4 1/3 for the week. Not too bad. Ethereum, number 2 by market cap, 35.77, 4.89% for the day, 3.65% for the week. So that's helped bring its weekly average up a little bit. Cardano is back in the plus again today, 2.61% for the day, 1.44% for the week. Finance coin, BNB, 426.35, 2.86% for the day, 4.29 for the week. Tether, it's $1. What was it?
Man, I don't know. I won that bet though.
Yeah, it's down. It's down 0.02% though. So you lost.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone who has Tether lost.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's up to 0.02% for the week. So, yeah, stable coins. Number 5 by market cap. That's impressive, really. You know, that many people are holding that much in Tether right now. Says a lot about the plans of what to do with that and the staking that's involved in Tether. That you can stake it for a very high yield. So,
right.
We're not going to get into the rest of it. I am going to mention XRP because I believe in it. Solana because I believe in it.
Yeah.
And, there's so many other ones down here that I believe in. I think they've got a good future, and only time will tell. The one thing I do know for sure is that every one of these and everyone below it will go up. Every one of these will go down, and they will all stay the same momentarily. It's about the only thing you can predict with cryptocurrency. So
that's true.
All right. That is the state of crypto on September 15th, 2021. It is 11:17 p.m. Timestamp. Too right. So today we are going to talk about Chia farming. And you have anything you want to say before I jump into all of this?
I was going to say, I don't really remember what was. How did we find Chia? Did you remember how it?
Nick had said something to me about Chia.
Okay, I can remember what got us on the trail of it.
And you had said something about Chia, and I think C4 said something about Chia, like all within the same week.
And all I remember is we jumped on the calculator and made the mistake of thinking, "Holy shit, we can make 10 grand a month if we spend this." Well, I'll spend $5 to make 10 grand. Yeah, right.
If we had everything in place at the time. So
sure, I was gonna say yeah, and so off to the races I went, spending money and ordering stuff, and by the time we got it in, the net space had just exploded and was still exploding, and we were figuring things out and pretty much watching everybody pass us by, and didn't have a full understanding of really what it was. We knew what we were trying to do, but we didn't really know how it's a lottery ticket and solo farming versus pool. We were skeptical because H pool existed back then. Yep. And we were skeptical because it was a non-official pool. We were afraid to get in it, and that may have cost us some loot in the beginning. All those days we solo mined and didn't win crap. We could at least got something from H pool or core pool.
But we kind of stuck to our things, and
Yeah.
That falls a little bit on me because I'm very paranoid. I am criminal minded from 33 years of experience.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
so to me, I just didn't want to get wrapped up in something where I'm giving someone the information that they can come and just scoop all of my coins away. Even if we
Sure.
decided to leave the pool later on, that's still left the door open because they still had the information necessary to get to them, the keys to our wallets.
Yeah.
And
But
I wasn't about to try to do that.
we took off with our first rig, thinking if we spent 3 to 4 grand, that man, if we get this set up and going, get all these things plotted, we can. The calculator says we'll make this much. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, I think the minimum at the time was like 4 grand on a bad month is what like they expected for bottom end, and the high end was 10 grand. So who's not going to go out and spend? If you could buy $4,000 in lottery tickets, you're guaranteed to win 10 grand. You're going to go spend that 4 grand and get your lottery tickets and come home with your 10. And little did we know that's not how Chia works. That's not how any mining or farming works. That's not how anything with crypto works. And honestly,
You
that's one
are
of the reasons.
there at inception.
Yeah,
You have a good chance of walking away with a large sum of tokens before it becomes available on mass markets. Uh, but in doing so, I mean, you're taking a lot of gambles, a lot of
well,
risk.
to be fair too, it's what, 7x from where it was, 7.5 times lower than, we started. It was in the $1,400-$1,500
Oh yeah,
range.
oh yeah.
So I mean, maybe that calculator wasn't ridiculous. Maybe it's just between the net space plus the value of the coin itself plummeting has just been a bad combination. But I mean, we're still looking to get our money back long term, and I think it'll work out. So yeah, you can take them in. That was pretty much all I can remember, how we got onto Chia and what sold us to take the gamble, other than the calculator saying what we should get back on X amount of dollars invested in, and that such nature.
I'm going to mention that right now Chia is worth $213.86, and
Yeah.
I don't know, 160 ish. Dropped
Yeah.
down that low. And we were both going, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this is when we were making, at that point, probably $1 or $2 a day in a pool.
yeah, yeah,
When we first got into space pool.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and we had won nothing on solo farming, and it was still, I think before we got in space pool, we never cracked under a month, did we? Or 2 months before we got in space pool and got the numbers up high enough? I don't
we were
think.
down to 23 days, 21 days.
Okay.
We were down as low as 21 days. All right, so we're going to talk about Chia farming, and what is Chia farming? It is a lot of work, is what it is.
I got a good question that honestly, I still don't even really know. That a lot of people, why is it called farming versus mining? Is it, and I mean, because to me, a simple way to explain to people, farming is their version of mining. So why did they? You ever read anything why they chose to call it farming?
Playoff words using the
Gotcha.
chia being
The chia pet, and yeah, okay,
being that it's a plant, and it's a good way to use a play off words and steer people into a new method of mining for crypto. It's basically the same thing, and we'll get into that at the end of my little
sure.
spiel here. What is chia farming? So in order to farm chia, first thing you need to do is you need to create what's called plots. And plots are files that they take up space on your hard drive. And so the plotting is the process of creating the plot files. So they've got different sizes that you can do. There's formulas that you can run into to like use the maximum amount of hard drive space using different sizes of plots, or you can plot different coin plots on the same hard drive so that you're actually farming or mining for several different cryptocurrencies on the same hard drives. So because of the different sizes, some of the new forks, and we're going to get into forks later, Um, actually, their plot files are different sizes. They're smaller, so that you can squeeze that last little bit of hard drive space you got by placing these smaller plots at the very tail end of your hard drive to maximize the crap out of your hard drive space, maximize the value of your dollar. So the Chia network relies on these plots to validate the transactions and ensure the blockchain security. So basically, the plots are the foundation for Chia's proof of space and time. They call them post or whatever. That's the style. You got proof of stake. You got proof of work. You got proof of space and time. So Chia is proof of space and time, and it's supposed to be an environmental and a technological improvement on this proof of work consensus that Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is going to change to proof of stake later in the year, and that basically means that you are placing a bunch of your Ethereum out there for the security. I'm not really sure. Like if I go into proof of stake in this right here, I'm going to mess that up. So I'm just going to stop right there. It's different. It's a different way of mining for cryptocurrency. And I'll kind of get into mining, what mining is at the very end of this, and it's very simple. So you've got your plotting, you're creating all these files on your hard drives. That's the work. That's the hardest part about the whole thing. You put everything together, and then you go through the plotting. It's time consuming, and okay, that was plotting. What comes next? You got the harvesting. You can think of harvesting like a great big game of bingo. We call them lottery tickets because that's kind of what they are. The more plots you have, the more lottery tickets, the more bingo spaces that you have available. Or bingo tickets or cards or whatever they're called, cards, I guess. Been a while since I played bingo, like a couple hundred years. So the harvesting is the process that you are waiting for your number to be called out, and the checking on the card to make sure that you won, to validate that transaction that you're involved in. And a Time Lord will, for security reasons, basically it's designed to maintain a minimum amount of time between blocks, and the Time Lord takes care of that. So as time goes on, it pulls another lottery ticket or a bingo, yells out a number for bingo, and the process of winning begins at that point. We'll get into the winning in just a minute. So as the network's space increases and decreases, you've got difficulty. And in the difficulty phase of things, if the network space increases, difficulty becomes more difficult, and the Time Lords have to do this little algorithmic dance of making sure, if the difficulty's too high, then it takes longer for that block to be won. So they have to increase and decrease depending on the network space. So that's what a Time Lord kind of does. It narrates the difficulty involved in the actual mining process. And so in a nutshell, what is farming Chia? It's a method of rewarding individuals or a pool, and the pool breaks down payments to everybody according to how much participation that they're involved in, and basically just for providing the securing of the network. So you get a reward for your participation. More rewards, more participation.
Do
Pretty
you
simple.
want to pull up the space pool on our farmer and
Yes,
screen share it
I
so
can
they
do
can
that.
actually see? I mean, Space Pool has one of the best interfaces, apps. I mean, it's what we like, anyways. We talked about it uh, some on the last episode, I believe, but it's kind of your ledger for everything from your space that you have plotted to where you rank in the pool, what your percentage is, what your fees are, uh, everything of everything, and it just lets you know how you're doing. Everything. I mean, from the size of the net space for the pool, the total net space, the current price of Chia. It's yeah, there you go.
There you go. So this is the GUI, the graphical user interface
Nice.
for Space Pool. And what
Which is
this
currently, I think, the number two pool for
is it?
for.
Is it
I think
top?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's right under H pool.
I
Yeah,
know
I
that
mean,
this is the welcome screen to Space Pool.
yeah,
Within their pool, they've got so many people, so many farmers that are online, so many plots involved in this. This is the estimated space uh, that all of the plots together within this pool. This many farmers, that much space. This is the global net space. So this is what everyone all over the world has. This is how long they have an estimated win time. Pretty impressive. 209 seconds. I mean, they're ringing one out every 3 minutes. I mean, come on, man. That's woo. Um, so this is what like. Here's the pending. The Time Lord timestamps all these on each one of those. Then they have to go through a proof to make sure that I'm not really sure how what their proof is involving because I've just not done enough research on it. So if I try to explain, I'll just mess that up. But they go through a proofing system to make sure that it's a valid transaction, and then once this is pending, it usually to me it looks like it's about 30 minutes every time from the time that someone wins to the time that that pending goes away and goes gets to paid out.
it's gotten better because when we won
Yes,
our first block, it was I think over
2
an
hours.
hour.
Yeah, almost 2
It,
hours.
it, it, it was a while because we kept looking for it so we could screenshot it and see our win on the see our name on the board essentially.
Woo!
And yeah, it kept coming and coming, and finally it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, there it is! There's our win."
One of the reasons why it's described as a lottery ticket or um, a bingo card is because it's based on luck. You got billions and billions of these plots out there, and you've only got a handful of them. And it's not a who has the most plots gets to win. It's very, very random. So, like, there's people that had 300 plots and were winning. And there's other people out there that with like 5,000 plots and weren't winning at all. It's just basically
Mm-hmm.
luck. Those people with 200, 300 plots might as well hang it up because it may be another 2 years before they hit again. You know,
Yeah.
um, maybe they'll be real, real lucky on the extremely lucky side.
Well, yeah. Pull that up and show what he's got because it'll show what he has and why it's rated if you click on their farmer. Yeah. Look at that. He's got maybe what 100,
Holy crap! He's got 100.
150 plots maybe at best, and he's already solved the block. So yeah, we didn't hit ours until we he's got 60 plots. I think it's what that is. So yeah, and it'll also tell you when he joined. If you scroll up, it should say a member since.
Oh, that
Uh, yep, members July 16th. So for some reason, he I guess he's already had a bunch. He just hasn't had them. But yeah, he's only got maybe a tops 100, 150 plots, and he's already solved the block, that's why it says he's extremely lucky.
he's made $28 on top of his little 20.25 Chia, which is what $50 right now.
Yeah, 53, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Um,
So he's made
so,
what, say $85 in 2 months,
I mean, that's
making
not
a
too bad.
dollar and a quarter a day on 100 plots.
Very, very lucky, that young man.
But he also
Well,
probably that amount of equipment. I mean, you're talking he's probably got a 12 or 14 terabyte total setup. So that's could have been something he just had laying around,
yeah,
or he didn't jump off. But yeah, he got super. That's why it says he's extremely lucky. And then if you pull up one that says unlucky, it'll be because they have an astronomical amount of plots and they haven't won that much.
yeah. We
So
are probably pushing a little over the probably at the unlucky stage right now. We're supposed to win about once a month, and I think we're just over a month at this point. I'll have to look at it again. I
we've
think,
hit we've hit we've hit two since July 9th.
yeah,
So we're yeah.
we're right there. We're
September 9th
pretty
was
close to
when
average.
we just hit one recently in the last what 10 days I think or something. So it's not too far. I mean, it's an estimator for a reason, but we've been in there since July 9th. So September 9th was 2 months and we've hit two. So we've hit technically as long as we hit one
I think
by
28 was the last one. So yeah, we're not in the
yeah.
lucky stage. I'm sorry. I was
No,
looking
we're
at
doing we're
here and here, but we didn't
yeah.
have as many plots then. So yeah,
Are those on our actual ones that we've solved? Those are the two we've solved right there?
these are the two we solved. Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we're
That's
actually
your hash, your algorithm. The when you create a plot, it gives it a number, and then you got the hash that you solved at, and this is the hash that was solved at, I believe. So
yeah, so we're actually doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, that's one per month. I mean, we're on
yeah,
track. Of course, you have
well,
no idea. You have no. The only thing we don't know is we have any idea if we were solo farming if that would work out. The fact that it's worked out in full could just be a
yeah,
coincidence. We might not solve another one for 2 months.
yeah.
Um, and if we were solo farming, we might not have solved any to this point. I mean, because how long did we solo farm? We were past the expectation at some point for a good amount of time and never hit one solo.
All right, we're going to talk about how long have we been in this? What did you say?
Spaceport, we've been in there since July 9th. It's right
How long
there
have you
on your.
been doing farming chia?
I think we said May. Well, we said May 1st. We called it May 1st, right? I mean, pretty much when we
Okay, so 5 months now, five and a
June,
half
July,
months.
August, September, four and a half. Yeah, October 1st will be 5 months.
135 days we've been mining chia total.
Sounds about right, give or take. I mean, you got to figure too in that first 30 days how much downtime do we have?
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
we
yeah.
lost a shit ton in that first 30 days. Restarts, building, changing, learning, crashing. Yeah, I mean, oh, plotter down, oh, computer down, oh, computer's down, oh, 2 days gone,
Windows
3 days gone.
restarted my computer again. We just lost 14 hours of plotting.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, plus, we weren't plotting as efficiently as we could have been. So I mean, yeah, the first 30 days was. I mean, obviously it counts on our overall time, but it's not until we get to like a 1 year. Will this, or at least a 6 months? Will this be better? Plus, the price is way down. So I mean, once it jumps up to what I think will be a more stable price, I think it's going to jump up and probably hold back 400 or 500. I don't think it'll be below 300 much ever again in the next run unless something just crazy happens or it's
Yeah,
starting to fail as a
I'm
whole. I don't
hoping,
think it'll.
I'm hoping
I
this
don't,
is our new bottom. A little
yeah,
where it is now, 300 ish. Yeah.
right, right. And so yeah, I mean, but yeah, like you said, whatever 135 days, and so
Um,
500 something
when do we
dollars.
get in Spaceball?
July 9th,
So that's what 60 days ish.
66 day. Yeah,
Oh, it
two
says
months. What's that? No, it's up here on the top. Oh, it doesn't give you our. It just gives you our 7 day.
68.6.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. And so basically, I don't know if you've actually figured out the scale. When you get to 2 years, whatever, if we stay in for 2 years, we'll have the max discount on the fee down there. And then if we get into the top 1,000 farmers, you have the max discount for amount of space. That's how you get the max discount of fees. That's why our fees keep decreasing length of time in there, and the max is at 730 days. Whatever their max discount is, 10% or whatever, 10% of the 1% they take. So yeah, but so 68 days, you make 422 plus 2 blocks. So say 110. So let's call it 550 for good measure in space pool, just in space pool. So 550, averaging $8 a day, give or take, in space pool.
That's what we're making.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, that's ballpark.
Yeah.
But you got to figure from May 1st to July 9th, our average was 0.00, and our profit was negative whatever the electric bill was the first couple of months. So yeah, July, and I'm pretty sure, I believe July 9th was the first day space pool opened, correct? I mean, we were on the day of or the day after. We were in there pretty quick. We might have been sinking the day of and not synced until the next day or something like that.
I can't remember. We were close.
Yeah, I know we found out about it and was like, yeah, it was within a day or two of launch of space pool. We were on it.
So, yes, I mean, if this is saying yesterday we did 810, that's
I got 8.08 is the whole average since we've been in there. So that's
because we've had better days, we've had worse days. We had more plots early on in the pool, and we were getting rewarded. You know,
I think I've seen 11 and some change is the best day.
Yeah,
I've seen. Of course, the price was also up too. That was a big factor.
Yep.
But
so, like, if the price was back up to 300, we'd be making $12 a day. So,
yeah,
you know,
the price definitely is a substantial.
So our average is consistent. Minus the beginning when it was still new and there wasn't as much of a payout in the first couple of weeks.
I remember when we were excited, it was $2 a day. Now the 810 is not even exciting to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be excited when I start seeing $12, $15, $20 a day. Then it's gonna be like, okay, now we're ringing the till really good.
Okay, so let's talk about the forks of Chia. So what a fork is, basically what they've done is they've taken other blockchains and allowed you to farm Chia, or farm Chain Green and Pips Coin and Avocado and TAD, and there's 14 on this computer right here, 13 forks. So
how would you describe a fork? Is it a copy? What's, I guess, a generic way to explain? They copy the code, but what's changed? I guess they copy the code, but something's changed. What are they changing exactly? So they're not exactly Chia. What are they? I mean, is it literally just a few numbers here or there they change?
I mean, what I've seen is they changed the freaking icon up here and the price.
Really? So they literally copied
so many of these things are so almost identical that it's crazy. Now, I can't get into the specifics of it because I've not looked at any of the code. So
right. I was just trying to explain. Some people say it's a fork. It's, I guess, for lack of a better term, a copycat or someone that, it's legal.
Got one stem at the top that you hold on to.
Right.
Yeah. And the prongs at the end of it is all these other things. And they have basically taken on certain attributes of the personalities of the original blockchain, and they have started their own so that they're similar. I mean, if you look at BNB, it's a fork of Ether's code, I believe.
Yeah.
That's why you're able to run so much in between the two of them without having a bridge in between.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I just wanted to explain that
Same thing.
these forks are copied. Chia was the original, and these are all duplicate copies of people taking their, and that's not illegal. There's no, it's not a copyright type thing. It's, this is still crypto. This is still the Wild West.
All Wild West.
So I mean, technically, me and Rick could start Shitcoin Chia if we so wanted to, and list it on here and do the same thing that all these other ones are doing. Now, I don't know how people get those to take a value considering their copies.
I
I
mean,
don't know
the
what.
way you determine value is you've got market cap, the amount of tangible funds you have available, and you divide that by the amount of coins you got. And there's your
Sure.
So
Right, but I mean, essentially, we make our shit coin and we have 1 million of them. Do I just say, well, each one's worth $1 to start, so our market cap's $1 million to start? I mean, somebody's got to.
if you provide $1 million to stick in there, sure. These forks.
So they are actually backing it with a cash investment.
Yes.
Okay. See, I did not know. Okay, that's glad we talked about that because I didn't know that. Like, who's to keep you from doing it? And so at least they got some skin in the game.
That's the reason why Chia went up so fast when it was released, because Chia is BitTorrent's founder.
Bram or whatever his name, something.
Yeah, them guys, they had some.
So they dumped
talking.
dumped a ton of money into it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you got a billion coins or a trillion coins or whatever they had invested into it, and other people jumped in immediately, ran that price way up. Well, they cashed their money, their seed money out. Smart money does it every time.
Sure.
Where was it? Which one was it?
It's not on here.
Spare.
Spare. Yeah.
They recently did that. They listed on an exchange, and it went. I believe it was $20. I don't even have it on here right now at all. I couldn't get it to sync earlier. That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
This is another set of coins. I do have Chia on this one here because I had a small amount of plots on there that I'm replotting on another drive or another computer, and I don't want to go through the process of making it a harvester, so I just put the blockchain on there. It was only like, let's see, 96 plots. So I just didn't want to lose them, lose the payout on it. So I just threw it on there. It's in a pool anyway, so whatever,
Right. They're all drawn from the same place.
Yeah. And I was able to, like, all of my main plots are on this computer here. And with Windows, you're able to share easily. So I was able to, like, if you've seen that Chia, it's got 96 plots on it. I didn't want to share it on this one because I'm basically double dipping at that point, and you may get penalized for double dipping in a pool. But this one here, I'm basically sharing the plots off of the other computer, off the Windows computer, the Harvester 1 onto Harvester 2, so that way I don't have to have extra drive or nothing like that. It's basically running as a server at the same time. So I did that earlier today to add these other chains a little while ago. Now, here is one of the most time-consuming processes. I've got over 2,000 plots on this blockchain, but it's syncing, so I'm not farming it. So
which GUI are you on right now?
That's wheat.
Wheat. Okay.
But it's almost done. It's right there at the end. So it takes a little while. I think I started this one about 10 hours ago. So that's not too bad. It's a pretty quick sync time. This one here is syncing as well. It's a little slower on its sync time. This one, I never clicked that, I guess. So,
it's not like this is a lot of work, Rick. What the hell are you doing?
And this one here, you will run into this every once in a while. You just can't get these things to sync. You gotta go in here and add nodes to it, and they just want to be stubborn. I don't know why. Um, it stopped at a certain point. The peak height was only 576, so I'll have to go back and add some more nodes to it later and get this one up and going again. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes. All right. Look at this.
Rick, it looks like it's getting dark and cloudy out here in front of me. Might have only 5 or 10 minutes left, or I'm gonna have to get off here.
So if you look over here, this is one way to make sure that you're in sync. It's one of the easiest ways I've found. Look at this. Not that one. The time here. When this changes, 203, 204. I mean, I'm right there within a second of the Time Lord that we spoke about earlier. That keeps everything in timing. As long as you're within, you're synced up to that, and your plots are moving around the what do they call that thing?
The filter or
Filter, yes. As long as it passes the filter. Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of words in this head right now.
Yep.
Then as long as you're in sync with that, then you're good to go. So is there anything else you want to know about this farming or anything, man? I mean,
no. I mean, I think
cover or should have
no.
better.
Short of telling them how to do a plot, and that's advanced. That's advanced. 405. That's a episode 2.0 on Chia farming. Now for the basics. I mean, I guess for me, I would say remind people that this isn't something you're going to throw some plots on your you can plot on your $500 computer. It also wears out your SSDs. It does, what do you call it? Damage, destroy, eat up, use.
The SSDs have a certain amount of times that you can write to them, and
yeah,
so the rewrite that plottings do. Yeah,
it's hard. It thrashes them.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I think we have $2,000 of SSDs alone. And like I said, there's in Chia specific stuff, there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 grand behind Rick. And at the current value, of course, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that sounds stupid. You're 40 grand. And well, on Space Pool, we're making $8 a day. On some of the other forks, we're doing better. That's why we have all those other ones that he has listed. I don't know what our current total is. Have you ran it to what we're doing roughly daily here recently?
I ran it.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere around $80 a day between all of them.
Yeah. So on a good month, 2,400. So 40 grand is producing 2,400. You do the math on how long it's going to take me. Now, that's with Chia in the tank. If Chia 7X's from 213 back to its all 1,500 range near its all-time high, then we look like rocket scientists, and we're making, $300, $400, $500 a day at that point. Because if Chia goes up, means probably Bitcoin, everything's up. It's going to drag all the forks up. So our 80 could very well easily become 800. And then you're talking 24 grand a month, and we look like we were prophets and had a crystal ball and saw this coming. Fact of the matter is, this was a $40,000 gamble, and we learned that I will get my money back as long as she doesn't completely crash. Could be 3 years. Well, 3 years to pay for 40 grand that, of computer equipment that's still going to be usable, still going to be relevant, not going to be completely out of date. Hard drives will still be good. So in the long term, I'm going to make money. At what point am I going to say, is it better than the stock market or a 401k? I'm not going to know that, for probably 12 to 18 months and see what the market does, the value does. And I hope, the gamble was that I can make more than I could taking this and throwing it on Wall Street. And, at the end of the day, we're in control of it. That's a big part of it. Yeah. We control the money. We control everything short of the pool part. But what we get paid, we get to control it and move it ourselves and do what we want and tinker and experiment. We don't have to call an advisor and, get permission or tell them what to do or this or that. So, it's a risk. It's just like on our episode of if it's investing is right for you. Don't don't bet the farm. Don't bet the house. Don't go take a second mortgage. Like I considered doing at one point, taking a home equity line of credit to buy more stuff. Um, the crypto market, the excitement and the volatility of the crypto market is too dangerous in this kind of situation to go in heavy. But that's the thing about Chia too. I mean, I don't know, Rick, what's your, I mean, I think at this point, Chia itself, if you're not jumping in the five to $10,000 range, I don't even think it's worth it. If you can't jump into a sizable operation, I mean, like I said, I jumped in 40 grand and it'll be 3 years. And with the size of the net space now from where we started, I mean, what it was 21, 22 when we started, and we're at like 33.
Yep.
So it's up what 60% or so or something, or 50%. I would not recommend. It was, I remember low 20s, like 22, 23, and we're like 34.
No, it was at like 8 when I started or something.
Really? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, the earliest I thought I remember
like
was 19,
it doubled in a
19.
week. It doubled
Okay.
our first weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would, we are Chia farming now. If the price shoots up over, say, 1,000 and stays there,
you're going to see this network space double.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. If you've got stuff sitting around that can do what we're doing, and you see the price jump up, then I'll tell you to jump in. Really, like I said, my I think 1 year break even points around $700 or $800 per Chia, and I'll get my money back in less than a year.
And that's not including any of the forks.
Right. So,
and on top of that, like we first started in this, they had what they call OG plots, and that was their like first generation of plots and
right
pools and stuff like that, because the network exploded so much due to Mad Max creating a much faster plotter than they had anticipated, and it didn't take him long to break the code and do it. So, hats off to that guy. He's a freaking genius.
Yeah.
We're
We're Chia fans, but I would not recommend anybody jump into it at this stage.
If you have $50,000 and you already know how to do it, you can make money at this, because there are, we showed you the $8 or whatever it is, but with all the other forks and with the chives, as long as chives doesn't tank, this is the chives GUI. When we got 45,000 chives, and I mean, honestly,
so if it hits $1, our whole system's paid for.
I would love to see it hit $2.
Yeah,
and that's just going off of a 100-to-1 ratio of the payouts. You get 200 chives for your lottery ticket to come in. Right now, every 3 hours, our number's been pulled, estimated, and Chia is 2. Every time somebody wins, they win 2. So that's 100-to-1. If it's $200, this is $1 or $2. I'm hoping at some point that is ridiculous math. That would mean that chives would have to have the same market cap that Chia does right now. So it could take a while, but I'm just hoping that in the next couple of years we'll have enough built up at that point that if it does hit a couple bucks, we're kind of set.
If I had 40 grand and you said what would you do right now, I would use it to invest and buy and sell. I would not go into Chia farm. I wouldn't go into any farming right now. I would just use it to invest. But you and I had interest in learning all aspects. So in a sense, we paid 40 grand for probably what is equivalent to 2 to 4 semesters of college computer classes.
Oh, yeah.
And what we've learned in the last 4 to 6 months has been insane. Yeah. I mean, I'm in computer class. I am a computer science major currently, and I'm backtracking because I learned so much on my own from YouTube and buying stuff and Rick and building and talking and learning. So, I mean, I paid for an education. I gambled on a return. But, if somebody said, we always say we're not financial advisors, I would not flat out advise you to jump into Chia unless you are very computer savvy, know what you're doing, and you have a substantial amount of money to gamble. Because, I mean, now we believe in Chia. I believe the style of farming / mining is going to be the future because it is more energy. It's not energy efficient, but it is more energy efficient than the GPU mining, and I think that's going
I
to
seen something a while
matter long
back, and it
term.
was high up on the list, like in the top 5 of most eco-friendly
Sure, but I
process,
mean,
I guess.
we've still doubled Rick's electric bill in what we have. So I mean, it's not like we're doing this for $20 a month in electric. It still has a cost. It's
Yeah,
just if we were doing all this with GPU mining, we would probably have raised his bill by 4 times,
yeah. If we're doing
or five.
$80 a day, we're spending almost that um, in a month in my electrical bill. It doubled this time last year. It just under doubled
Yeah,
the amount of electrical used,
but
which
no,
brings us to we got about 10 days now, 8 days. We got solar coming out here to check out my roofs and throw me some quotes and turn this baby green at some point, hopefully first of next year.
that would be cool to say that we have a literal no footprint for our mining,
Yep.
or a minimum, a 5%. Hell, maybe we can get some kind of certification award or whatever for being a truly green mining operation. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
But
Like a plaque for the wall. You might got one.
yeah. But let's roll on to what's our shitcoin of the week going to be? Is it going to be all the forks of Chia?
Um,
Or are we going to roll with chives?
I say we keep it at Chia and do 30.15 at the
Okay.
price. That means you got to have a
Okay.
Chia wallet though, or an exchange that we can send it to.
Yeah.
There are several. We'll point out a couple. I think Hotbit.io has one, and
Yeah.
Cake.io has one. Has wallets in there, and I believe Bitmart has it as well, listed on there.
Yeah.
So
So
those
yeah,
are 3 exchanges that I personally use, and I like them. They're easy to use.
our reward award, it's up to $30 for any kind of involvement. And if you don't know how to get your Chia wallet, if you find in the video that you said you give me $30 Chia, we'll get it to you and help you get it set up. And it will only be Chia. I'm not going to Cash App you. I'm not going to Venmo you because we're trying to get you into crypto and get everybody educated.
Yep.
Um,
And we really want the participation in this.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, comment. 4 easy things to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Any of them, or we're just trying to get off the ground, get some interaction, and get some feedback and participation. And we got a bounty. Call it our bounty. It's our participation bounty. Is up to $30 this week of Chia, which, as you know, will take us 3.5 days in Space Pool. So we're giving you 3.5 days of our farming pay just to interact with us. So feel special if you find this and report it. But Rick, tell them what the NFT of the week is.
Okay, the NFT of the week. I was having problems minting it a little while ago, but I can show you what it looks like. All right, so the NFT of the week is "Twas the Nightmare." This is a painting done by me last year, and it is a Nightmare Before Christmas painting. Kind of getting in the mood for the fall here. This NFT is currently valued at 0.25 BNB, and if you buy this, every penny of this goes directly to Stepworks Recovery Center in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And if you go back, if you like this or any of the other ones, you can go back to the other episodes. In the show notes, I've included a link to get into these. And in episode 2, at the very end, there's a small tutorial about how to actually purchase these within your wallet. If you need help, comment in the bottom, and we'll kind of do what we can to help you. Or if we got to do a quick little tutorial
Skype or video or
just
YouTube.
for
So we
this.
can do something. Yeah,
Um,
we can help them out.
but help them out, help them guys out. That's where I went to get sober. It's an amazing place. Love it there. Um, Everything got shut down for the pandemic, so I have not been there in a while. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
0.25 BNB, Twas the Nightmare is the name of this NFT art. And thank you so much for your participation and your
Yeah.
help.
I'm gonna go get a line wet, go swimming for a few hours before this storm
Man,
looks like it's
come
gonna
on,
roll in.
man, that ain't fair.
58.15.
All
All
right.
right.
So,
I got a list I'll type up on the phone, timestamps, but I got them
all
all.
this back here that you see is all hard drives and processors and RAM and a skull that I put some LED light bulbs in and video monitors up there. And that's, where's that? That way. That's my baby. That's Manuel, the pool boy. Hopefully one day he will prove his worth. And
Hopefully he will have us a pool one day.
yeah. And if you can see my cursor, I'm not sure if you can see it on screen.
No,
Can't?
no, it's just back to your camera.
Oh, man. Anyways, that right there is a block of 10 hard drives with LED fans on it.
AKA $4,000.
That right there is another
Oh, that's 8,000. I just keep hearing the cash register as you go. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
It is not a cheap hobby, but it's fun.
No.
We've really enjoyed it. I've gotten to know Lee very well throughout the course of the last 6 months. And I do want to say one more thing. Shout out to Worthless Token.
Word, we are worthless
Yeah.
warriors.
Word to the Worthless Warriors.
We're going to have to get Worthless to share our podcast on their page because they were the token of the week first week, right?
Yes.
Did we do Worthless the first week? We need to get them to share our podcast on their page, or at least the YouTube channel or something.
Did Chives ever comment about what we were talking about earlier? Their little plug. Chives is with me. Chives is with me.
Oh, no.
No?
Talking about the contest?
Yes.
Yeah, no. I don't.
Chives is with me.
I think that your guys just on the dev team.
Right there. Chives
Right.
is with me right there and right there. That's Chia.
I mean, everything back there was for HDD farming, essentially for Chia, and GPU farming was an afterthought after we already had it. We're like, well, we have all this stuff. Let's try to figure out how to GPU farm too.
Right there. That's it. Right there.
Yeah.
GPU stuff.
Yep. So, alrighty.
We're gonna close this thing out. Let everybody go away. You know, all two of them. We'll watch this to the end.
2, you're being gracious.
Open. Share this.
I was hoping.
Like it.
I was hoping.
Share with your friends.
I don't care if you watch it, like it, and subscribe, and just I don't care if you watch it. If you want the $30, you need to watch it. Find out where the $30 is and how to get it. But if not, just like it, share it, subscribe, and roll on. But yeah, that's Shitcoin Solutions episode 4. Peace out.
Stay shitty.
Shitcoin Solutions is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not financial advisors and are not registered to provide financial advice. Our opinions and the opinions of the guests of our show are strictly our own. The cryptocurrencies discussed on the show and various forms of social media are not a solicitation to purchase or sell any security in any form. If you decide to buy or sell any of the cryptocurrencies or securities discussed on the show, Shitcoin Solutions is not responsible for any gains or losses that result from the opinions of the host or guest. The best way to learn about any of the vast amounts of cryptocurrencies available is to do your own research.